Hello, Aries, and welcome to a timeless justice for Aries reading, where we discuss the topic of justice, however the energies on this channel, which I read for the goddess of Sekhmet on this channel, would like to have the conversation. Bear in mind that her delivery of her messages may come off to you as merciful and or merciless. However, bear in mind it is in true form for however the information could reach you. Bear in mind that you have tapped into a collective reading that I, 7th, am holding at this time. This is not a personal one-to-one connection that you and I have allotted time for, so it's imperative that you remember to utilize your discernment to take all the bits and pieces that you enjoy within the reading and leave anything behind that you may not have liked. As already mentioned, this is one of two sister channels that I run. This is for Sekhmet. To reach her sister channel of Bastet, feel free to look in the description box below to access that, as well as finding out more information as to who and what I am and how I offer my services via the website that's posted. All right, whatever brings you here, Aries, or anything else, however you're affiliated to the terminology of Aries and or the latter, is in, again, true form to listening out to this storytelling time. All right. I'm 7th, aka Master 7th, that reads these energies for you. I'm a master healer that provides remote wellness alignments and tarot intuitive insights, such as this. All right, justice for Aries. Yeah, we rolled into the timeline of 2026. In respect to the ancient Egyptian goddesses that I'd read for, yes, the rhythm of collective understanding and communication is 2026. However, it is beyond that. It is limitless. It is timeless. All right. All right, we have the Queen of Cups so far with the Devil energy. Aries, 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 Aries. What are you doing? Shit feels tight, like tight. Whether that's your anxiety, judgment, whether that it is not wanting to be caught, not wanting to say the wrong thing. It's just very tight. Oh, interesting. And then the Queen of Pentacles comes here. In a love reading, this would be a dynamic where you, Aries, are trying to emotionally put a plea bargain out there because you may not want to lose someone. Okay? This is not generally a love reading. This is a justice reading. So we're trying to find the justice aspect of this. And I think you want justice to sway in your favor. However, you feel the tension that it's not. And instead of listening to the tension that it's not working in your favor, you're looking to look at other things that would convince you that it's in your favor. And that's a bit gaslighting yourself, isn't it? It's the devil's work here, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're triggered with the devil energy, welcome to this channel, okay? I run a specific devil series on this channel where I exploit this energy that is so controversial to whomever you may be talking to, all right? And let's keep it copacetic, all right? This card can't do shit to you, all right? Your perception and everything else tied to that can do something to you. Now, the devil energy is in respect to how I teach it, how I formulate it, how I say, let's take it all easy here, okay, is that the devil is your ego that doesn't understand if it's operating of light and or of darkness, so wants to play a game, okay? That's that confusion game, that's the illusionist game, that's the, am I doing the right or wrong thing? Am I feeling guilty? Am I going to get mercy? Am I going to get this unrequited love? Because it stems with yourself, right? Fears and shit like that, ancestral fears and shit like that, all stems with how much energy you're also not entertaining it or entertaining it. And however you may not entertain it, it may still feed you, okay? It may still feed you because there are things that you are subconsciously in denial about. You're subconsciously accepting, I said that wrong, you're subconsciously accepting because it's an ongoing movement, but consciously you're in denial about. And that's the part that's being fed. So that's the part where I would really stress, let's have that conversation between the definition of what demonic means, to have that, someone to be devilish, and even the worst case scenario, satanic, okay? I don't welcome those energies here. They're not to be found here. We can have a conversation that has much respect. I'm going to have it just so that the energy over there knows it can't fuck with over here, okay? It is that simple. We complicate things. Our emotions make it even more complicated. The subcategories of emotions that either are suppressed or in denial or need to be worked on are also part of that processing. Anyway, I feel like there's a collective fear to this energy, all right? This might be then where it's political. You don't really know where to really justify your political stance. And to be honest, maybe you don't have to. The political ideology starts with the political ideology of being human flesh and all that confusion. So let's chisel the fact that some people may want you to be like an advocate, an activist, a fucking leader for some shit, and you're just like maybe not ready. You really want to, but maybe you're not ready. And that's a self-permission that you can give yourself to say that you're not ready, and you can do whatever it is that you are ready for. Okay? If we would be more keen on doing these things, satisfying the selfishness of authenticity, then we have a better culpability of accepting whatever may come, whether that's jubilee or whether that's chaotic. Because it means that in level of confusion and level of organized chaos and level of disheveled chaos within, we find a means of whatever it may intrigue us to feel grounded. And in that level of groundedness, we are ready for everything. And that's, again, going back to being able to be in a witness of a jubilee moment or being a witness of a chaotic moment, okay? Inner groundedness. Inner groundedness is your own political, ideological goal you should set for yourself. I don't know why it's coming out like that, but it is. All right, worry about your goddamn self is what I'm hearing. I've been talking about that for a while. People don't like that shit, all right? And that's okay. We're not here to be liked. And that's it, period. All right, so earlier in the reading, I saw a lot of symbolism coming through with the wings and this little oyster-looking thing of the throne. So I feel that there is a seeing eye of you that is taking a lens of who and what you are and really trying to feed that. That's why the Ace of Wands, I think, also came out just now. It wants us to have a dynamic shift with you in the role of what it means to perpetuate yourself in the coming months of 2026. Okay, it really is trying to see how you can put a twist and turns of narratives without ever really maybe being able to talk about them. Maybe you talk about them a lot internally and you're processing them up internally and you have a lot of emotions internally and you can find solace internally, but you'll realize that a lot of euphoric moments of yes, jubilee and yes, understanding of chaoticness is with inner acceptance of what it is to examine something or a moment. Having that type of relationship with yourself is coming up as being the most important journey possibly of your life of 2026. Seeing symbolism, shutting the fuck up, and applying them to reason. Taking your emotions that are in denial anyway, and processing that with what it is you're internalizing, and putting that working effort into it, and then be a witness of the outcome. It's an internal war, and you've been told for a while it's an internal war. You've been participatory in fucking with people, in wanting, because it is your reaction. It's not you. You don't mean to be a bully in the heart of hearts, but you've been hurt, and the best way for you to grieve sometimes is to be a little bit cunning, okay? And that has not worked in your favor. And even the elements of wanting to have transactions evolve into working for your favor. And it's, again, not working out for you very well. And you're realizing that in either the smallest or the biggest involvement of that type of situation in your life. So, universe is going to play a game with you, especially in 2026. That is about taking, applying, and witnessing. And most of that will not be done extrovertedly. It will be done introvertedly. And that can do things. Like the opportunity in the windows of reaching that baseline, grounding that baseline, and knowing how you can be your own fucking buoy and jump safely up and down will just be. Two cards I found on the floor is the Emperor and the Knight of Swords. All right, I'm not taking those energies, but I feel like that's the energy working against you, your own identity. All right, Emperor is the symbolism towards Aries in traditional tarot. So I'll honor that as a symbolism to apply, integrate, and witness. But I'm not as angry, so that means it's working in your favor, so that's good. But we have the Six of Swords with the Knight of Wands, and my least favorite card. If you know, you know. If you don't, welcome. Seven of Swords, all right? So a fucking whole like mantra comes out every time. I'm going to try to wheel it back for it to not come out, but I will say it is high time for you to really understand the message of this reading if you are here making it to the end of the reading. It is important for you to reflect in memory what you remember of the reading once this reading is come to an end. And applying yourself to what you do resonate and braiding it in to however who, what, when, where, and whys you resonated with something. Use that as a source to re-identify with who and what you are. And know that's your influence upon yourself. And that influence upon yourself, I think, is the deep-rooted self-courage that's missing. Because you might be extroverted, you might be, the life of the party, but there is a subtle and deep sensitivity just to you that everyone else is possibly also guilty of having. And maybe like Capricorn, you don't want to expose it. But up to this point, you never really shared that point of sensitivity and authenticity. And you know that it is getting more and more and more and more thinning of the veil for you not to be able to exploit it any longer. You have to exploit it because people are reliant to have that authentic expression with one another. Are we there yet as a collective? No, but it is a strive. A strive? It's what? It is a what? It is a, I don't even know what, but it is a stride. That's it. That's okay, whatever. Completely blanked out. All right. That is all that I have for you at this time. I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space. And may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.